Well, good evening, everybody. It's your girl, Coach T, coming to you live and in living color. I am super duper excited tonight because obviously we are winding down to the last 4 days of 2020. And honestly, I know everyone's excited about 2021, but let 2020 go. And right now, if you're like me, you're over it, right? Like the pandemic, it has come, it has hit us. We are doing what we do, but I want you to get excited tonight because I'm going to be talking about vision. And for those of you who know me, you know that I'm a very big kid at heart. So tonight I am proud to be rocking my son's collection. You see PTK, it's over there. PTK stands for Paris the Kid, of my amazing son, Paris Towns Jr. But this collection is called The Couch Potato. So I just wanted to rock it tonight because my son is an up and dope commissioned artist and aspiring entrepreneur who is super dope, has his own online store. So all of this is his actual physical work. So you definitely got to support the kid. But more importantly tonight, we want to get into talk about vision. So I hope I came to you comfortable because I wanted you to kind of just let loose. We're getting ready to manifest some great things, and I want to bring some energy into your homes and into your living rooms tonight. And those of you who are watching on social media, I pray that we light a spark in you and that you are inspired to leave 2020 in the dust where it so rightfully deserves to be. But more importantly, to manifest and dream bigger and faster and see yourself in places that you have not imagined. But I'm going to talk tonight about the power of manifestation and a dream book, AKA a vision book. So many people have vision boards, but if you were with me and Dr. Contessa on episode, I want to say 5 or 6, Dr. Contessa, who is my amazing friend, she's married to medicine and she's actually an amazing doctor here in Atlanta. We were talking about the power of our vision books. And I will tell you, I've been doing vision boards, vision books since 2010. It's scary in some aspects what I've actually manifested. And so tonight I've got some inspiration. And for those of you who are Disney characters like me, I had the pleasure of watching, Jamie Foxx, if you're watching, the movie Soul. With Jamie Foxx, who was none other than Mr. Joe Gardner. And when I tell you that I was sitting there glued to the TV, I watched it 3 times. So for all of you Disney Plus fans, hashtag Disney Plus, hashtag Soul, hashtag Jamie Foxx. For all of you Disney Plus fans, I have to admit, I'm sure it was designed for kids, but it really is for the big adults. So let's talk about the movie, and then I want to show you how we've parlayed it into building your vision, because we're on a mission to manifest anything that we put our minds to in 2021. And I'm going to tell you the power of speaking and giving you some tips and tricks on how you can really, really, truly manifest what it is that your mind's eye see, that you speak to your subconscious, that you can truly bring into the conscious. So Joe Gardner in this movie, Soul, he is basically a man who has a dream to play as a musician with some of the most greatest bands in the world. This character is played by Jamie Foxx. I love it. And what you see is him in a position where he's conflicted. He starts the movie with opening up as a school teacher. He is a part-time music school teacher, and he's in a class full of students, kind of like us, and everyone in the class kind of has their own jam. Like some people are interested, some people are kind of there, some people are just existing, and then you got this one girl. When he gets done with his lesson, there's this one girl character who is just in a zone. She is going in. She has tuned out. Let me pause there for a moment. If you are going to manifest something bigger than yourself in this next season, you must completely tune out the noise. What is the noise, you say? The noise is CNN, the noise is Fox, the noise is, oh my God, we're all gonna die, the world is ending, the pandemic is taking over. Now, let me help you with something. I'm not here to say death to COVID-19, although death to COVID-19, not to the people infected by it, but it needs to die. We need to leave it where it is and hashtag embrace being pandemic proof. That's a whole nother lesson. But here is this girl who's totally tuned out, totally sold out, and she's in the moment. Y'all like my socks? Yeah, see? I'm a big kid at heart. But she's in the moment. Peep the shoes? Okay, yeah. She's in the moment and she's totally zoned out, right? And she's playing the music. And the whole class kind of looks up at her like, yo, we stopped rehearsing a minute ago. And then Joe, he goes in and he gets his fingers on the keys, and the next thing you know, he's tuning out. Now, you see the video cut to the principal coming personally and telling Joe, oh my goodness, now you no longer have to be a part-time student. There's an opportunity for you to have a full-time job. And honey, for us entrepreneurs, she was selling him on a pension plan. Oh my God, all these great benefits he's gonna get now that he has an opportunity to be this full-time teacher. But you see, Joe, right? For those entrepreneurs that I'm talking to tonight, and those of you who want to own your own world, because if the pandemic has taught us anything, is that we must always have something that we can own ourselves, right? Make that another mental note. Whatever you do in this next season, make sure that ownership is attached to it. That's a nugget for you. So now here's Joe. Joe literally has this, and you can see his face, and you can see that his passion kind of just dwindles down. Being given an opportunity, like some of us would love to have a great job with benefits in this season. I'm personally allergic to a job, but again, I'm an entrepreneur. So it's his dream, it's the job. And then there's the antagonist that's introduced, the family. Now, some of us have family who were telling us that our dreams are crazy. Girl, you better take that good job. You better go on LinkedIn and find that good job. And I'm not knocking jobs, but if you're an entrepreneur at heart, this is the season to execute upon your vision, to do something that you love, and to find ways to monetize it. We'll talk about that in a moment. So here's Joe coming home, and the family is celebrating. They're celebrating that he got a full-time job offer. And in the back of Joe's mind, Joe's like, God, I just want to be this great musician. I just want to play with the great people of the world. I just want to pursue my passions and my dreams. And then his phone rings. And the phone rings, and it's a student. Let me say this, another nugget for you tonight. Be very careful and mindful of the relationships that you're building in this season, because somebody that you have sold into has an opportunity to come back and sow into you in the next season and really help you manifest your dreams. I've learned in 2020 that collaboration is in fact the new currency. And so I am so big on keeping relationships that add value, that help with the manifestation of dreams. Like the Caribbean Life TV family. You talk about a partner in passion. Yes, if it was not for Caribbean Life TV, if it wasn't for my girl Cassie B, someone who I had sold into years ago, remembering me on the journey, you wouldn't have SheSpeaksTV. So we give all thanks and praises to the Most High for what this amazing seed has done. So, okay, now we're here. Family's hating on him, but he gets this phone call. And this phone call is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Joe Gardner to go run and play with the musician of his dream. As a matter of fact, he would say he would die a happy man if he could play with this young woman. He drops everything he's doing. Some of you are going to need to do that. He's dropping everything he's doing. He's running. He's going to this audition, and he gets there. And here's Joe. They call him Teach. Teach is ready for the audition. He gives it his best. He's not sure what the musician should be playing, but what he knows is that he's got one shot. He's got one opportunity to knock it out the box. And he does it. He knocks it out the box. He gets an opportunity to start that night, come back and play with the jazz player, jazz musician of his dreams. So he's literally on the phone. He's walking. He done dodged some bricks. He missed banana peels. Everything that was thrown in front of him, parenthetically, think about this. All these different things were thrown in front of him that could have killed him. The bricks fell down after he walked past. There was banana peels everywhere. He could have slipped and fallen and cracked his neck. There were nails. He could have stepped on it and needed a tetanus shot. It would have been over. And then he's missing cars. He's dodging. He's on the phone. He's distracted. He's excited about life. He just got the dream of his opportunity. And lo and behold, Joe falls into a manhole and dies. He dies. He dies. His soul becomes untethered. And in this state, you see him transition into a man, like, again, who is more focused in that moment on manifesting his dreams. He wakes up in the bottom of the pothole because he fell into a pothole, hit the bottom, and dies instantly. He falls. And I was sitting like, oh, I felt that moment. Like, right? Have you ever been in that place where everything you've ever wanted is in front of you, and then life happens? Suddenly, what you wanted to do seems like it's so far out of reach. But let me inspire you to tell you that just because you fall down doesn't mean you cannot get back up. I hope you're feeling me tonight. You can get back up and still figure out a way to pursue what it is you want to do. Well, let's talk about Joe, because Joe dies, and he's an untethered soul. I want to encourage somebody tonight. Please do not let your dreams and your goals die. Please speak life to them, give them life, help them manifest, and continue to fight for them as if your life depends upon it. So now Joe, the untethered soul, is now finding himself on the stairway to the great beyond. Like you all know, when we die, we hear that there's this grand light that you're going to see and this burst that you're going to experience. And everybody's over there like, oh my God, I've been waiting 106 years to get here. Oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for. And here we have Joe. Joe is like, oh, heck no. No, I am not about to die on the day that I get my shot. I cannot die at the moment when my opportunity of a lifetime presents itself. One of my old mentors, Donald Bradley in network marketing, always taught me that opportunities of a lifetime must be seized during the lifetime of the opportunity. You got one shot in this next season, and you better take it. Michael Jordan often said that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you're sitting on the edge and you want to do something, don't matter what your family says. Doesn't matter what your friends think. It's all about what you think, how you feel. How bad do you want it? What are you willing to do to go get it? Who are you okay with locking arms with to pursue it? Again, you got to operate in this next season like there's no plan B. So Joe gets to the great beyond, and the next thing you know, you see Joe running away from the light, because Joe is determined to get back to earth because he wants to play with this musician tonight. He knows he's got to be back there by 6:30, sound check at 7, and they go live at 9. That's kind of how I feel about getting to the studio, right? I got to be here at 8, and I'm not going to stop until I'm here. I walked in the door tonight at 7:57, and the team was ready to go. I'm determined to execute this vision. So Joe, he runs. He's running. And the next thing you know, he defies the situation. That's news for somebody tonight. He defies the situation. He's running. The next thing you know, he's in the great before. This is where you go as a soul, parenthetically, to get all of your personality and to tap in and find your spark. And so, of course, now he's masquerading. He's cheating death, if you will, according to the characters. And I'm not going to tell the whole movie, but I'm going to tell you this inspired me to a whole nother level, because here Joe is in a position to serve someone else. He's now been paired with a soulmate. This soulmate, again, if I can give you this nugget, then I'm going to go into my book. This soulmate had no desire to live. Ooh, hair. This soulmate had no desire to live. This soulmate had been mentored by Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, some of the greats. Some of you have had an opportunity to lock arms with some of the greatest people, but you've passed on the opportunity because you were afraid. So Joe gets paired with another untethered soul who's afraid. It's like listening to negative Ned and negative Nancy, yeah, tell you about your dreams and what you can't do, because you've allowed fear to creep in. Some of you have allowed fear to creep in and say, I can't do this. I know, I hear Coach T, I hear her talking, yeah, Coach, you've been doing this for 10 years. Bruh, sis, do it anyway. Face the fear. Fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. And you have to face the fear and do this thing that you want to do anyway. Whatever it is, I'm going to show you how to put it out here and decree and declare that you can manifest anything. So let's talk about this untethered soul. This soul was literally in a place where she didn't want to live. She'd been avoiding every opportunity to find her purpose, to serve out her purpose, and to exist on earth. She just didn't want to. And her number was 22. So they were like on soul number 200 million, but you still got number 22 has been around forever. There's some people who are going to sit around forever, and they may talk a good game, and they're never going to come with you. And you got to be okay with leaving them right where you found them. But here's Joe, presented with a unique opportunity to mentor someone else who was running away from living. I'm going to tell you something. If you're a little scared in this season and you're running away from living and you're running away from the pursuit of your dreams and you don't realize what vehicles that are out there that can help you get to where your ultimate destination is, trust me when I tell you, I want to challenge you to lock arms with a soulmate, right? And I know that sounds so spiritual, but it's so true. We like to call them accountability partners. We like to call them push partners. Someone who is going to push you, stretch you, and force the best version of you out of you. I'm going to tell you, in this season, I am so grateful for my push partners, right? Like Dr. Chris Montgomery, like Wendy Hodge, like Courtney Waring. I have some amazing push partners, right? Who are going to push me to be the best version of me, hands down, who are just going to refuse to let me settle where I am. I'm going to tell you, if you're that person tonight, I want you to lock arms, DM me, because I refuse to let you settle where you are. So here we have now, we're going to call it number 22. Number 22 is literally in a space between physical and spiritual. She ultimately becomes what we call a lost soul. Joel gets back to earth because of number 22, but he comes back in a different form. Only this time he gets to see himself outside of himself. And then number 22 gets to experience things and find herself. That's a nugget for some of you sometimes. Sometimes you have to switch positions and you have to put yourself in the environment that you want to manifest, right? You've got to put yourself in the environment where you want to become that thing or that person, or you see that vision and you want it to manifest. If you want to drive a Bentley, you have to go down to the Bentley dealership. Don't worry about your 1099 or your W-2 or your taxes, because some of those places like to show you what your income is before you test drive. Go down there, touch it, see it, envision it, take a picture next to it, feel it, right? Hands down, absorb all of it. You know what? You want to literally build a business and you want to become an entrepreneur, and maybe your desire is to build a trucking business. You need to go to trucking school. You need to go down there. You need to talk to some other drivers. You need to network with those drivers. Maybe you need to even get in the passenger seat with a driver so that you can see what it's like to be out there, so that you can birth that spark within you, hands down. So here this young girl is. Everybody that's come before Joe Gardner has tried to push this girl to another level, but they couldn't do it. Why? Because some of you are just around the wrong people who are never going to get you to where you want to be. They say that you are the sum of the 5 people that you associate with. Well, I'm going to tell you, I have spent 2020 purging. The pandemic tried to take a lot of things from us, from me, and I decided to let it take what it could, what I did not need, right? So it's okay, before you go on to this next level, to purge some things, to get a little bit light. Bag lady, you're going to lose all your bags, dragging all that stuff around with you like that. It's okay. Let it go. Right? Get around some people and some things and embrace some experiences that are going to let you be the best version of you. So again, here we are with Joe Gardner in this movie Soul. If you have not, if I have inspired you tonight to go watch Soul, it is on Disney. Maybe you pay the $4.99. Maybe there's a coupon that gives you a free watch. I'll give you my password. You can log in and watch it. But seriously, go watch Soul to help you find your spark, because there were so many great messages in there for the lost soul. Right? There was a gentleman called his name was Moonwind, Boonstar Moonwind. And Boonstar Moonwind was responsible for helping lost souls come out of the zone that they get trapped in. You know, the lost soul, like that person that you see in New York City on the corner who's spinning the wheel, literally all day, spinning the sign. That person that you know who's kind of stuck in between of being physical and spiritual. They're in a zone that's enjoyable but not enjoyable. And he talks about the lost souls. A lost soul is that person who literally, where their obsession has really got them to a place where they've become disconnected. It is okay to have healthy obsessions, but I want to challenge you in this season. Don't become so obsessed that you get disconnected from life. Some of us need to get into our books, and I'm going to show you some things here and how everything that I've ever wanted has manifested because I decided to go and fight. I decided not to die in the midst of things that should have killed me. I decided to not let my pain be the thing that suffocated me to just stop living. I've had a hell of a last 18 to 24 months dealing with a narcissistic ex, losing everything, having to start from the bottom up. Now, don't get it twisted. I have to take my responsibilities and take my jabs, but ultimately I am responsible for me. I'm responsible for who I let in my space. I'm responsible for the decisions I make, the people that I embrace, the things that I do, the choices and the consequences. So I have to embrace it all. So don't beat yourself up, but learn to give yourself grace, because life is happening to all of us, hands down. So understanding that you can't get anxious, be anxious for nothing. Understand obsessions are good to have, but you have to understand when it's becoming unhealthy. And hands down, ask yourself, when he tapped into a lost soul, begin to ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? Well, I'm so glad you asked. So I want to take you on a journey, and prayerfully, I will inspire you as you put together your vision books for 2020. I know some of you can't see this, but I'm going to explain it and prayerfully allow you to be like a Joe Gardner. Fight for your dreams, because you never know what's on the other side of you sowing into someone else. Understanding in this season that collaboration that I'm going to challenge you to do is truly the next currency. It really is. It's okay to build a dream and understand that you can't do everything by yourself. So what you see here is my vision for my home. Around Atlanta, I love modern homes. I love modern homes. I have an amazing production team. I love the modern home. I love how it looks. I love how it feels. And I've seen this home. I've seen it in my mind's eye. I love big glass windows. I love natural light. You have to be, point number one, extremely specific about what it is you want to obtain in this season. This is what I plan for my home in Atlanta, Georgia to look like. If you don't believe me, drive around the Pittsburgh community. And I don't need you to believe me, because this is my vision, and I can build this home in the middle of anywhere in the ATL. So let me talk about what I've aligned it with, because I believe in my faith. And so what I've done is I've put here, this is a custom built home, downtown Atlanta in the Pittsburgh or Castleberry area, but I've put a scripture to it. And for those of you who are my faith believers, I'm a PK by nature. I'm also a minister, marketplace minister. I use the scripture Deuteronomy 11:31, which says, "For you are to cross over the Jordan, to go in and take possession of the land, that the land your God is giving you, and when you possess it, you live in it." I'm going to tell you, everything that you want has a promise. If you're a faith believer like I, no matter what your faith is, but my faith teaches me that everything I want, there's a promise that's already been written that I just have to speak to manifest it. So I want you to see that. That's my home. This is my vision book. And keep in mind, I carry this wherever I go. See, entrepreneur, win seriously. So I'm going to take you through it tonight. So this is my home, right? Now, yes, I'm already rocking a green emerald rollie, but I want another one. So I have a blue face rollie. Blue face rollie here, right? But it's really about time. And the irony of this is I did this last night, and this rollie is dated the 28th. Crazy, right? Here's my private jet, because I want to travel private. Right now, I don't want to be in the human petri dishes of the world, AKA the airlines. So I just want to fly private. That's on my vision board, hands down. Matthew 21:22, all things whatsoever I can see, I can manifest. And I know this seems a little material, but we're going to go a little bit more spiritual, all right? These are my babies, right? This was them when they were little. They were in my first vision, my vision book. But this is my amazing, beautiful daughter. And this is my handsome son, PTK, the same one who's designed this beautiful hoodie, my artist. He is a junior at SCAD, which is super dope. He's an A student. And so what I've done is I've taken the word and I've aligned it with them. So I have on my vision book tonight, I have everything that I want for my children, right? Okay, I'm following my cameras. So I have everything I want for my children. I've taken their names and I'm talking about specifics. You guys see my dog over here? You see Lady Coco? Yes. I have everything in here, even my dog. So I have my daughter, I have my children, I have all different levels of them, and I have the different promises that I know that they are so richly deserving of. And so I'm speaking that over it. Every single day I'm speaking over them. Trendsetters, world changers, they will be blessed, prosperous, they will be global leaders. I see my son designing for the great Pixars and the Disney, because I looked at some of the graphics and I was like, oh my God, my son will do that, right? Hands down, the next generation, an A student, you know, his business this year, I'm speaking literally $50,000 literally of profit for him in his business in 2020, 2021. it's all doable, right? My daughter, I'm seeing her progress as an entrepreneur. I'm seeing her take her life to another level. I'm seeing her staying debt free. I'm seeing these things for my children. And so no matter what goes down, they're going to be all right. And I'm speaking that over them. Some of you have to think about everyone in your circle. And I want to challenge you, whoever you're rolling with, you want to add them in there. Now this, my dream car. Okay. So this is the 2021. Yes. And I know some people are like, oh my God, this is so material, whatever. This is a 2021 Range Rover Autobiography, right? And I love it because I put down here, I will have my custom built Lux Range Rover Autobiography collection. Put it in here. I know with the peanut butter leather interior, when I say get specific, get down to the nitty gritty, to the color, to the feel, hands down, you want to see it, period. Right? This. Yes. Everything that you desire, self-care. This says, in fact, it says investing in yourself is essential to your health, your well-being, especially now. I've learned that finding time in the small joys makes a great impact. So again, self-care. I believe that if you must be honest with anyone in this season, you have to be first honest with yourself. So there's a need for you to be honest and transparent. You got to be raw when you're building your vision, right? When you want to see something bigger than you, greater than you, you have to be very clear. God likes the details. Your faith requires the details. See it, sense it, feel it, taste it, right? Celebrate with style. You guys know I love fashion. I love hobnobbing. I love socialism. Not socialism. I love being a social light. I love being out where I can connect with other people, and eventually we'll be able to go back outside bigger than we have, right? But this is me. I don't know how many of you know the character Seabiscuit or the story behind Seabiscuit, but I'm going to tell you, Seabiscuit represents those who attempt to shut down your vision, right? When others say it's unrealistic or impossible, I defy the odds and say I can. That's a good nugget for somebody tonight, is that there are going to be plenty of people who will tell you what's not possible. Oh, she's just talking. That's not real. She's not going to really be able to do that. Girl, boy, bye. Because I can do anything that I see. People counted Seabiscuit out. And if you Google Seabiscuit, you will see that this horse that no one thought would ever win the Kentucky Derby, Seabiscuit and War Admiral, ahead and ahead and ahead. Seabiscuit goes on, in true story, to win the Kentucky Derby. He didn't look like much. He was unassuming. He was amongst other big stallions, right? Hands down. But Seabiscuit, he stole the show. And he did, and he defied the odds when everything around him said what wasn't possible, right? I have my affirmations here, and I know some of you are trying to see it, but I'm just sharing it with you. These are my affirmations, and they open up every single one of my chakras. Because if I learn anything in this season, is that I must be in tuned to every single part of me. You, even in your manifestation, must open up every single part of you. And I'm actually recording this tonight because I want to be able to have this as it plays, being spoken into the atmosphere, right? My root chakra says, I am here, I am now, I am safe. 1 Corinthians 12:7 says, to each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. You have to speak that every single morning when you wake up. I am here, I am now, I am safe. You got to speak it if you want to see it. And you got to see it if you want to seize it. My sacral says, I am worthy. I am a work of art. I allow my inner self to be seen and expressed. You got to speak that thing. My solar chakra says, I have a purpose on this earth, and I have strength, confidence, and life energy needed to fulfill it. That's why we're not going anywhere. You know what? For those of us, I got friends who have been through COVID-19. I have personally been through COVID-19, and I'm so grateful that God trusted me with yet another piece of my testimony to be able to talk about what it is that I've been through and how we can literally manifest it bigger than what we can imagine. My heart chakra says, I love myself unconditionally. Honey, if there's one thing you must know about Coach She is that she loves herself some me. And it's taken me a long time to get there. That photo that I posted yesterday, it is a photo of boldness. It is of confidence. It is of 0 F's given. At the end of the day, I love me unconditionally. I open my heart with compassion and unconditional love for all people who are around me and in my space. My throat chakra, you can tell I keep that going, right? My throat chakra says what I say matters. Sorry about that microphone. What I say matters. I give voice to my truth and my inner wisdom. My third eye, yes, I have a third eye. I have a big forehead, but I got a third eye. My third eye says I see clearly. I see clearly as obstacles of my ego fall away. I trust my intuitive knowing. And my crown, because men, kings, and queens, we all have a crown and we will not bow our necks for no man. At the end of the day, I am one with the universal presence that transcends space and time and pervades all that is. The power of manifestation in this season, I cannot express that your words have life. So again, I put everything in here. One day I'll actually get married. I see it. And I received that. Now, some of you will enjoy some of these. Mental well-being. How deep did you go? Right? For those of you who know, I own a tax firm. That's one of my businesses. I actually also own a small consulting practice, which I actually put in my book to manifest. This is my tax firm and this is my company, yourtaxgirls.com. But I put in there how much I want to make this season. I put in there how many clients I want to serve this season. I placed in there how I'm going to reach those people, the tools I'm going to put out there, how I'm going to advertise and how I'm going to grow it to another 6-figure year. Also with my main business, I want to produce 7 figures with my own personal company. What do I want to do? I want to pursue and obtain contracts. So I'm putting that out there. When I talk about specifics, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be specific. This one is pivotal. You all see this? When you're manifesting, please don't forget about yourself every step of the way. My mental well-being, because right now when the world looks dark and gloomy, I'm going to tell you something. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, the plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and to provide you hope." You have to speak that into your mind's eye. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you." Mental. You got to take a time and just breathe. Oftentimes we were getting trapped in our thoughts, and that untethered soul, kind of like in the movie Soul. You think about that untethered soul and all the garbage that it feeds our subconscious every day, all the messages that it takes in, all the things it tells you can't do. Oh, that's not possible. Only those type of people get that. Oh, that's for the rich. Oh, you don't have enough money to do that. I'm going to ask you something. I want you to take that untethered soul in your mind's eye, and I want you to sit it down like right next to you. And I want you to look at it. And I really want you to ask it, like, what is it talking about? It really doesn't have any credentials. It really doesn't validate anything. It's just a lot of noise and it's talking. And honestly, would you really take it anywhere with you? Something that talks that much garbage and talks about you and talks about what you can't do. That's that voice in your head. You need to take it out, put it down, and allow it to have several seats. And then be done with it. Dismiss it, right? Matthew 6:34 says, "Do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself." Baby, I'm challenging you to control what you can control in this season, hands down. Psalms 91:1-16 says, "He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty." Whatever it is, there is a promise that has been made. The universe is conspiring to give you what you want, hands down. You just got to have this thing called faith and be willing to walk it out. Right? You see this? No. This is my money tree. And I believe in windfalls. And I believe in the manifest. This is over here. So this is my money tree. And you guys know, right? I'm not just saying it, I'm living it. Deuteronomy 8:18. "Remember the Lord for your God. He has given you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant." I can have all of this. I have all of this. I'm not even worried about what I say, and I decree and declare what I have. Hands down, right? Diligence investing makes you wealthy. Always have a plan for your investments. Be faithful over the few things. If there's one thing my girl Courtney always tells me, is that no matter where you are right now, you could be living in a 1-bedroom hole in the wall. You could be broke as a joke. You could be thinking, you know what? I'm a part of this pandemic and I was facing eviction. Can I tell you, I just moved out of the hood and I had to scramble. That's a whole nother story, but I'm so grateful because I was in a place where my ex would not allow me to stay where I was, and I had to go. And I went, and God knew, and I was fighting so much against the urge to shift and not leave, but I had to leave. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't be not anxious, for tomorrow will take care of itself, because the place that I'm now at, I have so much peace, and I'm so much joy. And again, because I speak that, be faithful over the few. If you live in a trap house, be grateful for it, because you won't be there forever. If you are living at home with your mama, if you are getting ready to go through a divorce, if you're in a separation, if you feel like you're losing everything, honey, say, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm happy, I'm whole, I'm nothing missing, nothing broken. Because I'm going to tell you something, the universe, God has a way of shaking things up in order for you to go up. Sometimes he can't put nothing else in this hand because we're so busy trying to hold on. So I've learned that in Philippians 4:19, my God will meet all of my needs according to his glorious riches in Jesus, period. And it's here. So all of this has the promises and the associations, hands down, nothing lacking. Oh my God. Thank you, Ricky. Nothing lacking, right? Let's keep going, because I really hope that you're getting something from this, and I want to encourage you. I'm happy to sit down with you virtually in this season and coach you through this, right? You can go to Duson and Co, DUSONCO.com. You can go there and sign up for a coaching session with me. Reaching the top is just the beginning. Again. And if you don't have these words, don't worry about it. You can literally just write them, right? And associate yourself. Success, the creative, will let you enjoy a whole new way of living. Let's get a little bit deeper, right? How many of you want to go back outside? I want to go back outside. So, right, I've put that on there. Where next? Where do I want to go next? Well, you know what? In 2021, I want to buy land in Ghana. Yes, I want to buy land in Africa, hands down. I want to purchase at least 10 acres in there, and I want to go to Ghana. I want to go to Johannesburg. It says Johannesburg. This is me seeing myself on the beach. Beaches of Johannesburg, hands down. And I love this, right? This says sure thing. I want to be on a shore, on a yacht, on a boat. I see it, right? Even down, thank you, boss. Even down to being unforgettable. Right? A lot of us want to live a life of true significance. And I'm telling you, it's okay to be the person that people don't forget. Leaving a lasting impression, your mark on the world. It's called legacy. Hands down. Let nobody, honey, let nobody diminish your light, because this is your legacy. If you know me, you know that I love elephants. Ooh. Hands down. So it says, Chinaza Duson, I will create unforgettable experiences for women via SheSpeaks, through Caribbean Life TV, through radio, through live events, and with my other strategic alliances in 2021. Like, shout out to my partner, Revanche Cognac. Dopeness, right? Because we're all about empowering women, hands down, in 2021, and it's going to be epic, right? All in together, right? I got some dope women in my tribe, right? Madam CEO, honey, you guys have not seen what we have planned for you in 2021. I've got dope women. My girl Courtney, real estate builder. My girl part owner of the cognac, Revanche Cognac. We are women who are locking arms together, and we're getting ready to shake some stuff up. Not getting ready, we're already shaking it up. Obviously, I got investors, hands down. Right? Those of you who've been following me for years, you remember this moment, right? There were over 5,000 people in this room. I was scared poopless. Do you understand me? I was terrified. I was terrified out my wits. Feel the fear, what? And do it anyway. So this says, I am responsible for leading a strategic plan that will actually get implemented and deliver results. Hands down. This is what you call execution. Hands down. Execution, hands down. So you've got to go back. If there are memories and moments in time that you want to remember, it's okay. Bring them out. If you want to do more of those things, put them in your book. I carry this book like I carry the word with me everywhere I go. Impact. You see this? It's helping others. You do understand all this pain that you're going through, all the frustration and things that you're feeling, the experience that's happening to you now. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing. It's not even for you. It's about helping others. I know, I'm following my camera. It's about helping others, right? It says, I'll be using vehicles like direct sales with my partnership with Tava. Tava, amazing company, health and wellness. Oh, I'm kicking assets in 2021. Starting with Tava, I've got an amazing PR team, TV, radio, podcast, clubhouse, social media. You're going to see Chinaza and her strategic alliances everywhere because we're going to make an impact. We're going to help women mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. Yeah, I started this 10 years ago and I still got to finish it. How do you see yourself? How are you going to see yourself hands down in 2021? How do you see yourself now? I am 1 in a million. I am a billionaire because millionaire is a 70s term and I got 44 years on that 70s term. I am a millionaire. I am the voice of the future. I am the voice of right now. I am 1 in a million. It says best-selling author, podcast host, and I am a purpose coach. Don't get it twisted, honey. I can help you hands down. I can change your life. Oh, the places you'll grow. You got to be open to even embracing growth in this next season. The voice. How do you see yourself? You got to see it, right? And that's She Speaks. For those of you who know, February 6th, epic event taking place in Atlanta. Only 50 people allowed. You will definitely want to reserve your spot, right? I'm serious about the coins in this season, but I'm definitely serious about getting the job done, understanding my purpose, spending less, enjoying more. Life is about experiences, and we have to become rich in experiences. We have to save. Woo! If I can tell y'all something, if God did not put me in this season around some women who like to hold on to some money, I needed it. Because, again, I needed it. And if I've learned anything in this season, is to literally get creative and change how I move. So, yes, you see the ganja, aka the CBD. It is a $2.6 billion industry. Through my alliances with Tava and through my personal alliances building a brand, I am going to tell you this. I am going to be a part of the $2.6 billion industry. I only need 1%, and I'm a 1%er. Hey, so I love it. You know, happiness in the formula. If you guys don't know about CBD, please study it, understand, right? Get with your girl. This is me. This was me in 2020. This was me in 2019. So I'm trying a new approach, right? I'm going to bring more tools and more systems to people to help them be their best selves. So I was already walking stages and talking and empowering, inspiring. So guess what? Tap in. You don't need to go outside of yourself to get anything else, right? You are already rich in creativity, right? You already harness the secrets of what most productive people have. You just need somebody around you to help you keep pushing it and reminding you and telling you this is who you are. Because again, acts of radical optimism. Yeah, baby, I got that on there, right? Radical optimism. That is I, right? Believing bigger, believing faster. I've learned who I am, what I'm capable of, and what I am a lot stronger than I ever thought I could be. If you're going through hell, keep going. Run. Matter of fact, grab some water on the way. It gets a little hot. But I tell you, if you run, you can sure enough get out. And don't run away from it. Run through it, right? Windfalls. Emotional, spiritual, financial, right? I'm not done, by the way, so I don't want anybody saying, my God, I did this last night. I was still putting it together, right? Community, right? The people that I love. Tear, my sister, honey, I got a special picture. But again, community. This is my girl, Courtney. It says, everyone has their tribe. Here are some people in mind who are inspiring change in a positive way, right? That's my love bug. That's Courtney, right? And of course, I haven't finished, guys. This is my girl, Wendy. She is the owner, one of the owners of Revanche Cognac, right? Every individual on my team is important, right? So my 5 divas, 1 in Hawaii, 1 in Tennessee, 1 in Virginia, 1 in DC, right? Caribbean Life TV. Without them in this season, I've not been able to do this and bring you this and manifest this. So again, my girl Tear, my girl Tina, I have been given a whole new tribe. And I am so grateful in this season, hands down. You got to pray about it. You got to walk it out, but you got to hold. Let me say something. I'm going to challenge you to hold God accountable for what his word says in this season, because everything you want, God's word marries itself to it. Bigger, better, faster. Somebody said to me today, my son's father said to me today, he said, "Oh, you are so spoiled." I was like, "Cause I got a daddy in heaven who's rich. Like my daddy got 1,000 cattle on 1,000 hills. I can have what I say." So I thought this was befitting tonight that I come to you on this last amazing show of the year, hands down, and share with you what my vision was for 2021. But it's not about me, because my vision really is about you. My vision is about helping you become rich mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. We're going to get the bag. We're going to get to the bag. We already got the bag. The bag is just like, it's raining down. I promise you, I needed to go ahead and do this way because God has allowed me to be the evidence and the example that all things are possible. All things are possible to those that believe. All things are possible, and you don't need much. You just need the power of belief. You just need the power to be able to see it. I know it gets dark. Trust me, I sat in my house for 14 days. I thought I was more worried about COVID taking me out. And God had to keep saying, "Girl, you ain't going nowhere. Okay, you can't smell, you can't taste, you can't. Okay, so what? You ain't need to be eating that anyway." And you was right. And I was trying. I was doing things like swallowing hot sauce just to see if I could wake my taste buds up. I was literally finding the joy in it. My little dog, we was walking everywhere because I was determined I'm not going to die in this. And my heart goes out to some of those of you who have lost family in this season because of COVID-19. But I want to say this. It is not a death sentence. It may have taken some of us on, but God is not a God of mistakes, right? God is not a God that he should lie. God is so awesome, and he's so omnipresent. He's so bigger than all of us. And I know because his vision has allowed my vision to awaken. Like I said, I could focus on all that I lost, but I'm going to tell you something. It's kind of like dead skin. Some of us need to exfoliate, right? Some of us need to go have an experience, several of them. Some of us need to embrace and change our environment. A lot of us. Some of us need to just shake some stuff up. You just need to get radical, right? Hands down, because a lot of us have been listening to what other people say. And I've always said that, you know what, you can listen to tradition. And I'm going to tell you nothing. Tradition is nothing more than ancestors bullying us, and they're dead. And so I'm not your traditional girl. I don't fit into no box. As a matter of fact, the box doesn't exist. I like kicking shit down doors. I like literally breaking down barriers. I like going places where no man has gone. But I know that I give myself grace, because even if I fall and scuff my knees, even if I make a wrong turn, it's like Siri talking to me. Make a U-turn 1,000 feet. Some of you, I'm going to challenge you in this season to make a U-turn 1,000 feet. I want to challenge you. I literally was driving down the street today and I saw the Range Rover. It was at the light. Literally, I was downtown Atlanta. I saw the Range Rover. And I literally looked and I was like, wow, right? I saw it. But I also saw the other things. I saw the house. I drive by the houses that they're building in the new neighborhoods. I only get on conversations now that are powerful, impactful, that together we can go and build some things. I've been okay with embracing the silence. And a lot of us are like, "Oh my God, I'm bored, stiffless." No. You're not bored. You're being recalibrated. You're being challenged to go to another direction. You're being forced, right? Think about companies. You're scaling your life. There have been companies because of COVID-19 that have had to literally scale their businesses, and they did not know that they did not need all those things that they had to be functional, to be successful, and to operate. That's why people are at home and not going back. Honey, when I leave this in 5 minutes, this hair comes off, and I'm so cool with not having all the things that I had. Whew. I went from 5,000 square feet, 7,000 square feet, 1,200 square feet to 800 square feet. And I got more joy and more peace. And my purpose is even more refined. And all God was doing was fine tuning. Let me say something. Embrace the process, right? Hands down, embrace the process. Go through it. Understand that this has nothing to do with you, but this next season is about to be epic for you and everybody attached. And so guys, tonight, listen, I want to say thank you so much. This has been the most amazing faith walking season. These last 10 episodes with SheSpeaksTV, And as we close out season 1, don't worry, we'll be back in February and we got some hitters for you. But even in the midst of my pain, when I was writing a suicide note on Facebook, God brought Caribbean Life TV to my door. He brought 10 amazing individuals who said, "I'll lock arms. I see your vision." And they came and they shared with you some dynamic stories. And so I challenge you to go back, because God made the last 10 years about my story being told. And I'm going to make the next 10 years about the world's stories, your stories being told. I want to see your visions manifesting. I'm doing my part. I'm walking this thing out. West side, walk it out. East side, walk it out. You got to walk it out. And of course, tonight I want to say thank you. And again, I cannot not thank God and be grateful for all of those things and those experiences and the riches that He has bestowed upon me. Not monetary. He's given me so much spiritually, emotionally, that I'm full, right? And I got so much living to do. So fear not. Be anxious for nothing. Worry for nothing. And these next 4 days, get your vision together so that you can walk in 2020. And I chose to do a book because I wanted to be able to take this everywhere I go. So when the universe gives me the little things, I can write it in there and understand that I can manifest anything. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to make you your best. So get over to DusonandCo.com, DUSONCO.com. If you want to have an hour with me, we can definitely chat it up, sign up. More importantly, you're right, Ricky. Thank you for that accountability. He said, blessings and curses do not flow from the same orifice. You are absolutely right. So forgive me if I've proved any offensive. I'm so super passionate about where we're going. But in this next season, I would only understand that we have to let ourselves go. Be the best version. And forgive me if I've offended any of you. God knows I mean no harm by it. I let my passion overflow, and sometimes I slip. But there's grace. So I appreciate you guys. I love you. And I will see you guys back here in mid-February as we launch season 2. Shout out to Caribbean Life TV, Cassie B, all of my family here at the Caribbean Life TV family. Shout out to Revanche Cognac, of course, for just becoming an amazing partner. We're starting Shot Talk here in January, February. Super dope. We have our first conference event for SheSpeaks taking place February 6th in Atlanta. It's a small, intimate thing. It's a brunch with bosses, but it's going to help you become pandemic proof. And more importantly, just stay tuned to the greatness that's coming within you. I'll see you guys at the top, because the bottom, brothers and sisters, is always just too crowded. Happy New Year.
Yeah.